Yeah, hi, what is going on? We're back in the hospital. So literally 7 days to like the hour. We brought Emmett back to the ER. He was having a horrible time. He was vomiting everything. So we stopped his tube feed and he kept throwing up. We administered his normal meds just like we normally would, and he threw those up as well. So we tried just water and he threw that up as well. He wasn't keeping anything down. Because of all the vomiting, he was becoming dehydrated. That's not good. So if you're dehydrated because you're vomiting all the time and you can't drink any water, what do? Well, that's why you go to the ER. Shortly thereafter, they said, you're not going anywhere. He's so dehydrated and we need to figure out why he's vomiting everything. You're gonna need to stay overnight. So now, it's Saturday, the next day, and here we are in his room. Hey buddy, how's it going? So it's been a wild 24 hours. As a parent, it makes you feel horrible. I was actually out of town for work. Nikki brought him in to the ER and began this whole process and stayed the first night with him. Once I landed back here in town, came straight to the hospital. It just gives you that bad taco feeling when you're out of town. You have a medically fragile child and there's really nothing you can do. There's nothing you can really do anyways, even if you were here, because the symptoms he has are just beyond your control. You can't necessarily do anything, but of course you just feel some amount of guilt for not being here anyways. Today's been rough. He's been continuing to vomit. We're running a lot of different tests. We're trying to figure out what's going on. He's not urinating either because he's so dehydrated. So hopefully we'll get some good news here and figure out what's going on and if we can do anything. Sometimes these are just like a 24-hour stomach bug that we just have to wait for it to run its course. If that's the case, then we'll be here for a little bit longer. So we'll see what happens. We are convinced it's basically just a virus. We don't know what kind. We've ran every type of test possible at this point that we can to try and determine what it is. He hasn't gone to the bathroom for, I think, like 32 hours, maybe almost 36 hours now, which is pretty crazy considering. Right now, he's on a bunch of IV fluids.
I know, I'm sorry.
What are you looking for there?
Just if there's any urine in there. Just a little bit.
So there's 102 mLs.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy how fast you can tell. So these here are pumping in some nutrition, but mostly just boluses of water, as well as like a slow drip through these machines down here that go over here into his IV ports in his hand. What do you think about that, Emmett? You probably don't like that, do you? Overall, he's actually doing great. I mean, all things considered, right? When you don't feel good, you're usually cranky, you hate everyone, that type of thing. But his attitude is still so great. And I'm always so impressed by just his demeanor and how amazing he is, because he is totally awesome. The life. Hanging out at the hospital, drinking water. I just want to squeeze your head off, Emmett. You're so cute. So the goal now is obviously for the vomiting to stop. You might be wondering, if he's not eating anything, what is he throwing up? It's just stomach contents. Turns out your stomach makes like 35 to 60 ounces of just stuff like every day, which is pretty crazy. We're hoping that the vomiting stops. We're hoping that he has a good night and that we can come up with a plan to start reintroducing things back into his stomach, get him off the IV fluids, and then get home. But before we can do that, the vomiting needs to stop. Let's see what happens. Hey, hey, hey! Great news. Emmett did really well last night. Because you're so cute! And he didn't throw up at all. So it's been quite a while now, about 12 hours. And if we can go 24 hours, they said, without throwing up, then we can start introducing some fluids. See how he handles that. So we're not in the clear yet, but we're getting there. We're getting closer. I used to always think, what is it like to sleep like in a hospital room? Do you get your own bed or something? Is it like a hotel? Like, what is that like? Let me show you here. It's pretty bad. Ta-da! This, wow. Okay, sorry for the interruption. This is like crazy how long that took. Doctor came in, so we had a good conversation about what the plan is. Then the GI doctor came in, had another good conversation about how to care for Emmett in the situation. Then housekeeping came in, cleaned the place up a little bit. And then room service came in, delivered some food. Then mom stopped by to drop off some stuff. Now we're fast forward, so basically the whole day is gone now. Emmett's getting sleepy because it's now nighttime. We made some progress. 1, he hasn't thrown up yet. 2, he's now on this here, which is a bag of liquids up here. So it is going into his G tube here, which is awesome. So far he's tolerating it. And if he can continue doing that for the rest of the night into the morning, then we can potentially start on some more real food that he's used to digesting. And we'll see how he handles that. These are all good things. Hopefully we can get out of here tomorrow. That would be awesome. So we'll see you tomorrow. What's going on here? Why are there? I don't understand. Why are there fireworks? This is so random. Wow, it's literally... I don't know what time it is. It's 2:21. And it's dark now. Last night was awesome. Emmett did an amazing job. He handled the fluids like a champ. So now the plan today is to simply start introducing some more of his normal feeding regimen to see how his stomach handles it. And if all goes well tonight, there's a chance we can actually go home. Wouldn't that be cool, bud? Oh my word, it's so loud. I don't get it. Totally watching that movie. It's so funny. Check it out if you have a chance. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. That is this hospital visit's not sponsor. Hey, Emmett. I want to ask you a question, okay, bud? Do you like watching Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? Do you like that, Emmett? That might have been a yes. That was pretty quick. Was that a yes, bud? Are you just kind of out of it right now? Okay, now I hear you talking, okay? So things are going really well right now. Emmett's totally out. I mean, like, totally out. Check this out. Like, middle of the night, totally out. Just so tired. It's been a long... I mean, you know when you don't feel good and you're vomiting a lot, it just takes so much energy out of you. Plus, you're not eating. Plus, you're not getting a lot of vitamins and minerals. So you feel weak and just totally shot. He is totally out. So I'm happy he's sleeping. But, you know, I get kind of bored. This is either a good time for me to sleep because I didn't sleep a lot last night. But people do keep coming in interrupting, which is totally normal. That's what we're here for, obviously. But yeah, sometimes I sit here and I drink my water and I like to think that this is a milkshake. And then I get bored and I line it up over here like this. I'm going a little crazy in the 300 square foot room. I don't see how people in prison do this. It's just gotta be crazy. I need to move more. That's the problem. I think I'm gonna do some push-ups, but I don't wanna get like dirty on the hospital floor because that's gross. I need a mat of some sort. Okay, so check this out. Through the magic of this freaky deaky paper towel dispenser and some tape that no one was using, I was able to make a totally sterile and sustainable workout mat here in the hospital. Check this out. Now I can be active here in the room and do some exercises without going freaky deaky crazy. I've never worked out on the internet before, so buckle up, this might be ugly. So, since I've only worked out once before, that was actually a lot harder than it looked probably. Dang. Emmett is still cute, and he's still asleep, which is crazy. He's just been out probably like 4 hours almost, like 3.5, 4 hours. So that's okay, right? He can sleep as long as he wants. I'm obviously not gonna wake him up because he needs the sleep. However, the problem could be is that he's not gonna sleep a lot tonight. And that makes me sad. Then he gets a little backwards on like days and nights, and then he's awake all night. And then I'll notice if he's awake, I'll maybe put on something for him to listen to. His grandma on my side has recorded a lot of books with her voice for him to listen to. So we ask him if he wants to listen to Mimi stories. And if he blinks once for yes, then we know that's something that we can put on at night while he's sleeping. We do have some things to kind of entertain him if he's just like laying there awake wondering what's going on. That's something we do to kind of help out with that. Oh, he's so cute. I just want to squeeze his head off. It's funny, sometimes people ask us, they're like, what do you do for self-care? And it's like a joke now between my wife and I. We just start laughing. Whenever someone asks us that, we just start laughing and they're like, oh, what? We're like, what are you talking about? Self-care? Or they'll be like, do you guys ever get out like on a date or anything like that? And we just keep laughing. It's like, what is this, a joke? But seriously, it's a problem. We need to get out more often. Self-care is not a priority. Caring for Emmett is a priority. And it's one of the coolest things ever that we actually get to do that, because so few other humans on the planet actually know how to care for him. So it really is an honor and a privilege because of that. Look who's up. Hey bud, how's it going? You just woke up finally. Yeah, you took a huge nap. You look happy. You look alert. His eyes are kind of doing a little twitching thing right now. We sometimes think that might potentially be some sort of like seizure activity. There's a lot of different kinds of seizures. He does 2 or 3 different kinds of seizures that we know of, or at least something that like we as his parents are calling seizures. What is going on? Emmett had a great night last night. Yes, you did, Emmett. It is a beautiful summer morning here in Portland, and Emmett is doing such a good job. I'm so proud of him. Whatever he had that was causing all this to happen is totally gone. Just got a call from the doctor saying that he can finally go home. Yes, Emmett, isn't that cool, bud? We were just talking about that. He is so happy. He said yes to going home to see mommy, yes to going home to see brothers. You're doing such a good job, bud. So we are finally out of this place, which is totally awesome. Yes, Emmett. So until next time, thanks for joining. We really appreciate it. I would highly recommend another video, which is an open video letter to the state of Oregon. It's a really good one. Check it out. Okay, bye Emmett. Say bye to everyone on your channel. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.